Hello everybody, this is Rocco Gamer45 and hopefully I've improved the sound because in the last episode apparently the music was quite quiet, so hopefully it sounds a little bit louder now. I've been messing around with the settings. So anyway, this is now going to be part 3 of the PlayStation Doom project. I'm going to play the levels I played on the PC version, so this will be level 6 to 8 in the PlayStation edition. No exclusive levels yet, we've still got quite a way before we get to any of the exclusive maps. But this map unfortunately is the last level in Doom 1 that we see the chain gunners, so if you didn't like them here I guess you don't have to worry anymore. But of course it's going to be a real shame. Because I don't know, I just like seeing the chain gunners and other Doom 2 enemies. I mean we still got other Doom 2 enemies to see, especially on the next level, that's a good one. So I much prefer this level. I love this level on PlayStation. How did you survive that? No one ever survives that. And this is the level on Hurt Me Plenty, I think, where you meet the Nightmare Spectre. But since we played Ultra Violent, we already see them. And of course that whole area over there is gone. I think this is the first real level that's had big changes. I mean there's been other levels such as level 4 actually, where there's a few areas different, but I think this one just has much bigger changes. Where are you going? Don't want you sneaking up, and there's no point in wasting your health going in there. There's absolutely nothing in there. This bit's the same, also the extra effects. I've just really grown to love the sound effects in this game as well. Nothing will ever take this off my favourite game of all time. First time I really touched this I was about 1 or 2, and I think I played it nearly every day of my life for 2 hours, about 12, and then I went on to other games, but always still stuck to this game as well. Of course after that things got busy with school and such, and you couldn't really do it every day, but I don't know really what brought me back to this, because it was just the same levels, but I just loved playing it. Especially playing all the different difficulties and everything. But it took me a while to even realise there was different difficulties. Because obviously it's come at such a young age, I didn't actually know how to work out the title screen on the PlayStation 1. Because my first instinct was to press X when you get to the title screen. And when you press X on the title screen it automatically loads the level or the game start. So every time I pressed X I just started the game and I just assumed that that was literally what you had to do. It took me a while to realise, hey, if I press the up and down button you can actually move around. And of course it changed a lot of things, and that way I found Ultra Violence was one of my favourite ones, and I actually found Doom 2, which I didn't actually think was in the game, which was crazy. It took me like an extra year or 2 when I properly beat the game to actually realise that there is a whole new game in here. And level 8, which we will see in a minute, that took me about 2 years to beat. I could not get past it, of course, this is without cheating. That level just killed me every time. It was the Barons. I mean, I tried saving all my best weapons and everything, I just couldn't kill them Barons. How times have changed now. Always remember the good days. Oh, there's a chain gun in here somewhere. And this is another area that's been reduced a lot. Now this is literally it. There's none of them rooms at the back or nothing. This is literally it. And they go with the secret as well, I think. I'm pretty sure. So I've never actually picked up the secret here. You can die. You can die. And now we can set off this trap. And hopefully not get ourselves killed with our rockets. Which I'm kind of doing, unfortunately. There's always that one shotgun that survives, I swear. Why am I jumping out here? I need here. Got him. So another thing to notice, the imps in here are deaf for some reason. They weren't like that in the other versions. Right, 2 chain gunners. I believe these are the 2 chain gunners. The last 2 chain gunners in Doom 1. That's it. That's all the chain gunners gone for a long while in this playthrough. Next time we see them, it's level 33. this area is a lot shorter as well, which is cool. I mean, I think that's because of limitations. They might have just been able to reach it, but sometimes when they change things, I don't think it's actually for limitations, or like they had to do it or forced to do it. I genuinely believe they done it because it made the levels just look better. That I didn't see why this area is so tall here. I think it looks cool like this. Where is it? Oh, no. Oh, I know, Spencer, I forgot about you. And I'm getting some lag. Now, I know the reason I'm getting lag today. And that's because I've got things running in the background, like loads of different things that I've got set up. So hopefully this lag is not permanent. The thing that has probably caused it the most is literally I've been processing a lot of videos that I've been recording recently, so I've been uploading to YouTube. And I've put them on to take over most of the CPU, so that's why we're getting lag here. Not like in that other episode where I had like nothing running in the background and the game just thought it lagged for no reason. So hopefully the lag doesn't take over too much. If it does, I mean, I literally just have to play this level again, which doesn't bother me because I love PlayStation Doom. But it will be a bit weird because I'll be sitting and talking to myself. And this area can get a little hectic. Did I kill that Nightmare Inspector? Right, let's just set everyone off at once here. Excluding the people that come in, the spectres from that track. So we can just do this separately, and goodbye spectres. Hopefully it's one enemy left, then we've done this right. Yep, we're done. Perfect. Not like last time where a few enemies somehow got around. Now, time for this level, which is easily one of my favourite levels from the first episode. Just not wasting time. And there's only one barrel on PlayStation. I have no idea why they took away a barrel. It's a bit random. It feels like the video's gone back to normal now. Is there anyone? No. I absolutely love this track as well, it's one of my favourites. I think it's something to do with actually the music. It's like a bee in a bottle thing or something like that, which it actually sounds like, but I think it actually somehow it got used, like that was actually one of the instruments in this song or this track. I don't know how true that is. I think it is. Well, let's avoid going that way just for now. Wipe out the imps. And the big group of zombie man over there. The imps. And of course there's one new Doom 2 enemy here. When I say new, obviously I mean from Doom 2. Which we haven't seen yet under the PlayStation version. It's going to be interesting that they showed up. Because honestly, I think this is one of the perfect levels for them. It just suits them, this map. Try not to get shot from all these shotgun guys. Could go terribly wrong. See, when they get here, they can hit you, but you can't really hit them. I think there's one left, but we'll move on. Let's go in this way for a change. I don't usually. But it says one doing all the way around again. Make sure. See, these zombie men and shotgunners up here can get really sort of annoying because they can hit you once again without you seeing them. So you sort of have to hang back. I think I've killed them all. There's like a golden shotgunners down there as well, which is actually quite surprising. That rarely happens. found another imp. Where are you hiding? This happened to me last time. Let them run away. Of course, enemy demons showed up over there. Chain gun time. And there's only 2 shotgunners in here for some reason, instead of before. And here he is, the Revenant himself. And if this is the first time you've seen him, then yes, he is a lot slower. Yes, he just did hit me. I'm not going to die on this game. I want to do an entire playthrough without dying. I should be able to do it. Played this game enough times. Yep, the Revenant's here. It's like most of the other, or actually all the other, excluding one Doom 2 enemies that we can see. And the one enemy that's not actually shown here from Doom 2 is actually from Doom 1, if that makes sense. So the enemy, well, you probably don't know who it is, but the enemy who's the final boss from Doom 1, but not actually in Doom 1 in this game. It's really kind of confusing until you sort of see what it is. They're actually Doom 2 final boss, not Doom 1. Doom 1 doesn't actually get a final boss in this game. It's kind of just an extra challenging level with a big arena in the end. And that level happens to be my favourite level of all time, which I mentioned in the previous video, which we'll get to soon enough. Quite a few videos to go yet before then, but I'm looking forward to it. Where did you come from? That's weird. You must have somehow wandered past me without even noticing. Yes, okay, I didn't screw that up. Hopefully there's still health in here. Yeah, I can't remember if I took the health out of here or not. Because sometimes in the PC version there's a lot more health and armour, or ammo, but then sometimes in the PlayStation 1 version it's the opposite, so there'll be more armour as well. It's kind of weird again. Some areas they decided to take away ammo, some areas they decided to add in ammo. After all these years I have come to notice all these smaller changes. I mean, you're hardly ever going to notice them on your first playthrough. You're only going to notice the bigger changes like the lighting effects, new areas in old levels, and of course new exclusive levels entirely. But then there's these little things that you start to notice along the way as well. I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but I seem to find that the Nightmare Spectres can actually bite through your chainsaw, but the other enemies can't really. And the Cacodemons have a much stronger melee attack as well. This is previous experience. Why are enemies suddenly coming behind? How did... Oh, I must have set up a trap below, I guess. Don't normally do that though. Weird. So, I thought enemies are just appearing out of nowhere then. But it seems like the normal level. Of course you have these guys all disappeared. There's one. There's an imp left and there he is. I need these guns. This is pretty much the same as the other bit, so nothing new to expect. It's a whole group of things. Shotgunners. Same goes to the next room, and of course we can go back outside and snipe off the rest of the enemies. Shotgunners are more important. Now we can go outside to the land of 1,000,000 shotgunners. Good thing we killed most of them. That is a soul sphere and not an invulnerability as well. See, these enemies are deaf as well to actually go outside. I don't think the others are. Almost completely forgot about this guy then. I'll snipe off these guys from this end. See someone else. And I think that's everyone. Of course we have these guys in here, which are a bit harder to spot. Oh, that's good enough, we can kill the rest. I'm going to grab this now because I really can't be bothered to walk back later. And it's not like I actually need it for the full amount of health. We literally have about 15 enemies left. If that. And if you heard that, that was our next Revenant. Still alive. Oh, mention help. Right, we have 4 enemies left, and 3 of them are in the exit room, which has been shut off. Which you could see in the PC version, but not here. And of course, there's that zombie man that's tucked in this corner. You can never hit him. I tried to snipe him off. You probably can get him once again with like a nice, well-shot rocket launcher, but it's not worth it. I just kill him there. It's not like a zombie man's gonna distract and kill you or something. 2 shotgunners in it. So we'll remain, and we're done. And of course, nothing you can notice on the PlayStation version. They symbolise the exit room not just with the signs or the door, but with the whole room being red as well. It sort of, sometimes it flashes red, sometimes it's just a red room. And of course, this level is actually quite different, especially at the start. We've got no demons, we've got a big group of zombie men and shotgunners, which equals a lot more Gibbs really, and blood and guts. That's not a soul sphere. See, they just swap things around for like no reason. It's cool to have changes. Of course, we've got the additional Nightmare Spectres here, which, unfortunately, in the next area, nearly every enemy is a Nightmare Spectre, and it makes that fight a lot harder because, of course, they can survive a rocket to the face, where normal demons really can't, or Spectres. There are Spectres up there, but there's more Nightmare Spectres than Spectres. Let's see if we can make this quick and take down these these barons. Oh, I didn't even start one. Right. Best thing to do is clear some space and hang behind these barrels. Let all the Nightmare Spectres come all together and hopefully we can kill them. See, look, there is quite a lot. I think, when I think about it, this is probably the most you'll see in one level at a time. And there goes a few of them. Of course, the rest of them are really weak. So much just finish. And they can't actually get in this corner, which is lovely. Oh wait, what? I lied. I swear they could never got in that corner before. I've hit there many times, and that is now the location of the soul sphere. If anyone was interested, or even care. All right. It's another small change, and this all don't lower now, this does, and they added a door in with some more zombie men to kill. And that's it. We don't die in this version because it continues on. It's just a normal level now. Next level is level 9. There's no episode changes or nothing. It just continues on. The next level is, of course, Deimos Anomaly. Now we are getting on to episode 2, which will be of course the Deimos levels when we're going just a bit before the Hell maps. It was kind of an interesting choice for them not to go into the episodes. I can understand why. It's just a whole big game now, and I kind of prefer it like this. It might be classified as cheating that you get to keep all your weapons and ammo on such a level like this because it's so easy, but when you get to levels like Hell Beneath, then it really is a lifesaver, and I mean that quite literally. So until then, this has been Rockhard Gamer 45, and I can continue us off in the next episode. Goodbye.